gentlemen, today I would like to introduce about one of the great poets of all time. He had lot of achievement and had a chance to read the inauguration of President John F. Kennedy. Please welcome Robert Frost. Robert, can you tell us about your early life? So for my early life, I was born on March 26, 1874 in San Francisco, California.
My dad was a journalist, William Prescott Frost Jr. He died of tuberculosis, so I need to move with my mother and sister to the town of Lawrence, Massachusetts. We moved in our grandparents' house, and I attended Lawrence High School where I met my future love and wife, Eleanor White, who was doing valedictorian when I graduated in 1892.
And what have you achieved so far? So for what I have done so far that you asked me, I received more than 40 honorary degrees, and in 1924, it was my first time that I got Pulitzer Prize for my book New Hampshire, and I would subsequently win Pulitzer for collect poem in 1931, A Further Range 1937, and A Witness 3 in 1943.
One more achievement that made me proud of was an honor to read the inauguration of President John F. Kennedy.
And one last thing, many people would like to hear your poem. Can you share some of your poem and analyze it? Yes, sure.
This poem is called The Sound of Tree. I wonder about the trees. Why do we wish to bear forever the noise of these, more than another noise, so close to our dwelling place? We suffer them by the day, till we lose our measure of pace, and fixity in our joys, and acquire listening air. They are that talk of going, but never get away, and that talk no less for knowing, as it grows wiser and older. That now it mean to stay. My feet tug at the floor, and my head sway to my shoulder. Sometime when I watch trees sway from the window or the door, I shall set forth for somewhere. I shall make the reckless choice. Some day when they are in voice, and tossing so as to scare the white cloud over them on, I shall have less to say, but I shall be gone.
For the analysis part, I wonder about trees, particularly the way that people willingly accept the noise of tree in their life. Tree makes constant noise about going away but always end up staying, forced to remain because of their deep roots. Their perpetual discussion about living is imprinted on the people around them. Even I begin to take on tree-like qualities as I consider the possibility of going away. For the theme of this poem is although times may get hard, people should keep their commitments and learn to move on. In line 24 to 25, it shows this theme I shall have less to say but I shall be gone, mentioned at the last line of the poem. This shows the theme because it describes that I need to stop saying about what's going on in the past and move on with my life. In line 19 to 20 in the poem that support this theme is, I shall set forth for somewhere, I shall make the reckless choice. In this line, the theme is shown because I want to live out of my responsibility, but it still had risk to take this choice, although there were other choices to choose. As you can hear from what I have said, I explain my tough life that I faced, but in the end I realized to move on with life and leave the past behind. For the poetic device in poem, this poem contains many metaphors. In line 16 to 17, and my head sway to my shoulder sometime when I watch trees sway. He is comparing the tree to himself and their movements. He compares himself with the tree because when the wind blows, the tree goes in the same direction of the wind just like when he goes with the flow. In line 23, the white cloud over them on. This used to describe the pressure which everyone has put on him. The clouds are representing the people who are looking down on him from a higher point and judging him, because the clouds are always in the sky above us. wherever we go or whatever we do. For the tone of this poem, there were three main tones which were confused, desperate, and self-assured. In the beginning, the tone is confused and be wider. I asked the question, why do we wish to bear forever the noise of this more than another noise so close to our dwelling place? I want to know the truth behind the people acceptance to the tree's noise and never question why they do not stop. The shift turned to desperate. The noise of the tree of imprint into my mind and begins to think similarly to the tree as I now want to live as well. The tone finally ends as self-assured and optimistic because I am confident in the idea of living. While the trees continue to speak of living, I take the action and go never looking back. The reason that I wrote this poem is because I was sitting in the woods surrounded by trees, questioning my tolerance of the sound of trees, when I realized that trees are like humans because, like root of trees, responsibility are holding us back from moving. I want to move on from my teaching career to spend time with my family, yet I find myself being very bad because of my responsibility of providing for my family.
That's very good poem, Robert. We learned many things from you today, and thank you for coming today. Everyone, please give Robert Frost a round of applause.